Okay, so I start telling me about the story of Robin Hood. Natasha.
The legends of Robin Hood were created in the Middle Ages after the Norman conquest. The Normans established the feudal system and divided all England into shires. Also, they made forests.
No, Natasha. So at first we'll go through the PowerPoint and then we'll go back to the book. Yeah. So Robin Hood is a legend. So what is a legend?
This unverified story handed down from early times, especially one popularly believed to be historical, and it is an extremely famous or notorious person.
Okay. I.
So who was Robin Hood?
Who was Robin Hood?
Robin Hood was an outlaw who helped to protect the poor with his comrades.
Oh, absolutely.
He lived in Sherwood Forest. He escaped there after that he hunted the king's deer.
And yeah, so what else do we know about the life at that time?
At the time, poor people were suppressed by Normans. They made their houses themselves because they couldn't afford to pay someone to build them. The simplest houses were made out of sticks and straw, but rich people lived in castles.
Like this, yeah, and also it was the time of tournaments. Yeah, tournaments were very, very, very popular. Yeah, so what we can tell about the Robin Hood, we already told, but we also can think of the prototype. Natasha, who was the prototype of Robin Hood?
The prototype was Robin of Locksley, who born in 1160 in Nottinghamshire of Locksley. He became an outlaw for killing one of the king's deer. And then he met Little John and Friar Tuck. Robin was in love with Matt Merrin, and he despised the Sheriff of Nottingham, and he died on December 14, 1247.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, and from this chapter, we see that the same. Robin is born, he becomes an outlaw, he goes to the Sherwood Forest, he meets Little John, yeah, but also this is probably a story he meets King Richard, and finally he marries Maid Marian and dies. Good. So now let's go to our book and tell me about Robin Hood using the book. Merit, start.
Modern presentation.
No, from the very beginning, the legend of Robin Hood.
The legend of Robin Hood. General facts. The legend of Robin Hood was created in the Middle Ages after the Norman conquest. The Norman established a feudal system, divided all England into shires, and made all forests belong to the king. So it was a crime to live and hunt in the forests. Robin with his men were outlaws, and they fought with the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Okay, Natalia, next.
The form is a legend. The ballads are legends. The story is about a person who probably existed.
Yeah, so the form is the ballad, but the genre is the legend. Yeah, so form, ballad, and genre. Legend. Okay, next.
The theme of the legends of Robin Hood is are fighting against the rich, the Normans, higher class, and protecting the poor, protecting the Anglo-Saxons, lower class.
Okay, good. Marin, next.
The story elements setting, place, Nottinghamshire and Sherwood Forest.
Oh, how to
That-
say it? The story is set in Nottinghamshire and Sherwood Forest.
Sherwood Forest.
It takes place in the
Takes place
in the
in
11th
to 12th centuries.
Okay, Natasha.
Characters, antagonists are rich people who have occupied the land, and church people, the nun who kills Robin Hood. Protagonists are Robin Hood, the outlaw, and his merry men.
Okay, Ань.
The conflict is between the rich, who represent the evil, and the poor, who represent the good.
Okay, and what is the moral?
The moral of the story, you can win over the mighty people if you have the support of your comrades.
Yeah, so like Robin Hood is poor, but he is funny, witty, and he has the support of his friends. Okay, Natasha, tell me about the story structure.
Exposition. Robin Hood becomes an outlaw after he kills the deer in the royal forest.
Then, поєднуйте його, да? In the exposition, at the beginning, да? Then Robin Hood.
Then Robin Hood escapes from the prison to the Sherwood forest and starts robbing rich people who go through the forest. Then Robin Hood finds friends who become his merry men and help him to fight. Also, Sheriff of Nottingham starts fighting with Robin Hood.
Okay, Marin, next.
Robin Hood defies
In the
Sheriff of
climax, like at the highest point, yeah? Finally, at one moment, Robin Hood.
Robin Hood defies Sheriff of Nottingham in the tournaments, and Sheriff decides to kill him. Then Sheriff plans a revenge. And then Robin Hood flees the convent to the convent, where he is treated by the nuns. His friends come too late, and Robin dies.
So good, Anya. Where do we find this story now, today?
Today, there are many stories, films, cartoons about Robin Hood. Robin Hood is also a popular character of computer games, and people love him for his humor, wit, and light heart.
Very good. Okay. Now let's look at the story of Robin Hood and let's start to make it. Yeah. So here are the pictures. And let's decide what is the right, what is the right sentence for the picture. Okay, so let's start. Yeah. So King Richard travels to defend his country. So means that King Richard is not already with the people. Yeah? And at the same time, King John wants everybody's money. So then Robin becomes very angry with King John, and what else happens here?
People are poor and sad. Soldiers get all they have.
Okay, here, where do we have this? People are poor and sad, and soldiers, so probably King Richard will be here, yeah, and people are poor and sad, and soldiers get all they have. So Robin and the merry man live in the forest. What do they do?
Robin steals
They steal money from the rich people.
Okay, so then one day Maid Marian and Robin meet each other, and Sheriff decides to make a competition. So tell me about this story once again, Natasha.
King Richard travels to defend his country. Then King John wants everybody's money. Robin is very angry with King John.
Because, try to connect, because people
are poor and sad, and soldiers get all they have. So Robin and the merry man live in the forest, and Robin steals money from the rich people.
Okay, so one day
Maid Marian and Robin meet each other,
and
the sheriff decides to make a competition.
Very good. Yeah. So what happens then? Robin uses a disguise to enter the competition. A disguise він ховається. Да? Robin uses a disguise to enter the competition. So, and he becomes the best person in the competition. So, but soldiers make him a prisoner. Friar Tuck and Little John plan to save Robin. And at the same time, King Richard returns to England, and Robin escapes from the prison. King Richard judges his enemies. Robin is free, and Robin, Marian, and all their friends are happy now. Yeah. So, okay, I tell the story.
Then Robin uses a disguise to enter in the competition, and he becomes the best in the competition. But soldiers make Robin a prisoner. Then Friar Tuck and John Little plan to save Robin. Then King Richard returns to England. But Robin escapes from the castle prison. And King Richard judges his enemies, and Robin is free. And finally, Robin, Mary, and all their friends are happy now.
Okay, you see that this story is a bit different from what we read. Is just another version of the legend.